In a cozy hilltop village where the skies were always blue and the winds whispered songs, lived a little girl named Lila. Lila was no ordinary child. She could paint the sky. Yes, you heard that right. Every morning, while the village still snored under its patchwork quilts, Lila would tiptoe out to the tallest hill with her magical paintbrush and palette. With a few careful swipes in the air, she'd splash soft white clouds across the sky, fluffy sheep for the farmers, heart shapes for the lovers, and even dinosaur clouds for the curious kids. No one knew who painted them, but everyone loved them. Lila called herself the Cloud Painter. Her paintbrush was a gift from her grandmother, a sky artist long ago. "Paint with your heart, but always with care," Granny had said. "The sky listens." Lila painted every day. Birds followed her strokes, the sun winked at her, and the clouds danced with her laughter. But one day, everything changed. It began on a Monday morning. Lila woke up feeling off. The sun was hiding, her toast was burnt, and her favorite blue sock had gone missing. Still, she packed her brush, sighed deeply, and made her way to the hill. The sky looked dull, flat, and boring. She huffed. Why does the sky have to be so plain? She dipped her brush into her stormy gray paint, something she'd never used before. "Just a tiny swirl," she mumbled, dragging her brush in a sharp circle across the sky. The wind suddenly gusted. Oops! The gray swirl spread fast, curling, twisting, rolling like a giant dragon waking up. Lila's eyes widened. "I didn't mean to." Crack! A loud rumble shook the hill. Thunder. Rain splattered down like wet marbles. Villagers screamed and ran for cover. Lila dropped her brush. The storm had begun. Back in the village, windows banged, trees swayed, and the streets flooded. "Where did this come from?" people cried. "This storm is wild." Lila watched from her attic window, her heart thudding. The sky she once painted with joy now roared with anger. She hugged her knees and whispered, "I broke the sky." That night, thunder growled like a hungry beast. Lightning tore the sky open again and again. Lila couldn't sleep. She kept hearing her grandmother's voice in her head. "Paint with your heart, but always with care." She had let her bad mood paint the sky. "I need to fix this." The next morning, Lila tied her raincoat tight, grabbed her brush, and marched up the hill, mud squishing under her boots. The wind tried to push her back, but she held firm. At the top, she stood against the storm, raised her brush, and paused. What should she paint? Her stormy paint had spread too far, grays and blacks churning like a sea in the sky. Then she remembered something. Colors. Lila dipped her brush into soft yellow. She painted a warm circle to me at first, then bigger and brighter. A golden sun peeked out. Then she used her light blue, like the color of hope. She painted over the clouds, slowly turning the gray into gentle waves. She added pinks for peace, greens for growth, and even a rainbow stripe for forgiveness. The storm grumbled, but it began to soften. Raindrops turned to mist, thunder faded, sunlight broke through. Down in the village, people peeked out of windows. Children stepped outside looking up. "Look, a rainbow!" "Is that a heart cloud?" The villagers smiled and pointed at the sky, Lila's new masterpiece. Back on the hill, Lila smiled. Toe wet, cold, but proud. She had learned a big lesson. She had painted her feelings into the sky, but feelings, like the weather, needed balance. That evening, a small girl tugged her mother's sleeve and asked, "Mommy, who paints the sky?" The mother smiled. "Maybe someone with a very big heart." From that day on, Lila painted more carefully. She still painted dragons and donuts and dolphins in the clouds, but now she listened. to the wind, to the sky, and to herself. When she felt sad, she painted healing cloud soft blues and sunny glows. When she felt happy, she painted giggling clouds that chased each other like puppies. And sometimes she painted nothing at all, because even the sky needed rest. As for the villagers, they never found out who the cloud painter was, but every time the sky lit up with beauty, they would stop, smile, and whisper, "Thank you," like stories filled with magic and heart. Subscribe for more wonderful adventures every week.